Welcome everyone. Today's session focuses on understanding the very basics of Python. In the last session, we learned how to install Python, how to use virtual environments and install packages with pip. Finally, we discussed why Python uses an interpreter and the key difference between interpreter and the compiler. In this session, we will take our first steps into real Python programming. You will write your very first Python program, understand Python syntax rules, and see how indentation plays a very crucial role. We will also explore how to write helpful comments, write Python files in VS Code, and understand the indentation comments part as well. By the end of this session, you will have your first working Python script and you will understand how Python code is structured and executed. So let's begin by writing our first line of Python, a classic hello world message. This is done using the print function, which displays output to the console. Python syntax doesn't require semicolons or boilerplate code, just one clean, simple line. We will write this in VS Code and run it in the terminal. So we'll first have a look at how to install VS Code if for those who have not yet installed it. So VS Code can get downloaded from its official site, that is code.visualstudio.com. Here, once you're on this screen, you can click on the particular button which you want to select. If it is your Linux machine, if it is a Windows machine, you can simply install the system installer, and that .exe file you will be able to simply install as an installer. So you will get pop up with an boxes. You can click on to the versions and you will have your VS Code installed. So once your VS Code would be installed, we can proceed further for the coding part. So Python is unique because it uses indentation to define code blocks instead of curly braces. This makes the code cleaner and more readable. So before moving directly into the code, we'll also understand this because it is important for the syntax part. But like this indentation thing. So as I was mentioning that indentation is used to define code blocks instead of curly braces, and it like makes looks the code more cleaner. But it also means that indentation isn't just for style; it's a required way of writing the code. Each block must be indented properly using a mix of tabs or spaces. So indentation is essentially tabs or spaces. It could be two spaces or four spaces. So we will now go and see how this basic Python command, that is the print statement, and how to understand this indentation part. So first of all, let's try to have an look like when we will install the Visual Studio Code and try to open it. This is how it will look like. It would have like files, edit, selection button. So what mostly we'll be using is the one that is here onto the most left side, that is Explorer. You can click on this. You will see no folder opened. Here what you can do is you can simply click on open folder, or the better way would be click on file and add some folder to workspace. This will allow adding multiple folders to this current window that is been opened in the VS Code. So when you will click this, you will find an files like your particular file explorer of Windows or whatever system you use, and in that you can go and select particular folder. So I am going to select the folder which I want and I will add it. So you can see I have just imported this Python programming scripts, and here what I will be doing is you can right click here on this name and click on new file, and let's say I will just put it new.py, and here I will just click this again to close this. So here now I have my new.py. So here what you can do is print hello Python, and you can press Ctrl S to save this file. Now the next thing would be to run this file. So now how you will be able to run this file is, we have already seen how the environment is created or saved, right, and how to install libraries. So what you can simply do is I will here to open the terminal section, you need to click Control Shift and the button above that. So it would be Control plus Shift plus this particular button, or particularly this button that is above the tab. So when you click this in sequence, this particular terminal will be opened. And here, if you already have your environment present, it would be automatically activated, or you can particularly do env scripts activate and your particular environment will be created. Once this is done, how you can run this program is you can simply do python new.py and you will be able to see hello.python is printed. So this is how you can simply open a terminal and run your first Python file. So let me just reorder this section. Uh, Eventually, we will not need this file. We have another file, first script. So a simple Python program which states hello Python and welcome to the world of programming. So yeah, Python, sorry, right. Hello Python, welcome to the world of programming. Now coming to adding comments in Python. So to write comments, there are multiple ways. One is to use a hashtag for single comments and to use double quotations or I would say inverted commas. That would be six inverted commas, three at the start and three at the end of a line to consider that as a comment. So why we write comments is describe what a particular code does, what a function does, or what a like more complex code that you have written, just to explain how complex that code is. Temporary disable certain code section for testing. Like if a particular code section is disabled, you can just check that was that particular code causing the issues or the errors in your code. So it's a good habit and improves more code readability, especially when working with uh, other people. So whenever you add comments, it will allow other people to understand what code you have written. So we will go and see how to write these comments. So this is like a single hashtag. This is a comment that Python will ignore this line, and this is also a comment. So this is an like code we have written, not a simple text. And when I add a hashtag here, this code is being converted to like comment, and if I just remove this hashtag, you will see this is still considered a comment, and this is what we call as an inline comment, meaning this comment is associated after this print statement. So that is how you can interpret this. If I go and run this, you will find this line is printed, but this particular section is not printed here. So that is how these comments work. And with respect to multi-line comments, so you can also do multiple print statements like this, like print 1, print 2, print 3. And how this works is Python is easy to read. It uses indentation to show blocks of code. Comments help explain the code. This is how multiple print statements work. Then we will have the multi-line comments as discussed. So to write multi-line comments, you can simply use inverted commas. So here three first, three next, and in between whatever text you write, this is all at considered as a comments and are not processed during the execution of your code. So yeah, and coming to the indentation part, before we just conclude the session, coming to the indentation part, here we didn't see any indentation part. So indentation means whenever you define a code block, so this is an example of a proper indentation example where once you define something and at the end add a colon, you in the next line you add four spaces here. So now here you don't need to add four spaces manually. When you are here and you click enter, it will automatically fetch four spaces by itself, but this colon is the key here. If I don't have a colon here, if I enter here, it still will like fall here, but it will show an error here, expected colon. So you need to add a colon here. So this colon will be the key. As we progress further into our sessions, we will see where these colons can be used. But for now, this is the example of a proper indentation. And when I will just run this, you can see hello from inside the function. But in case your code looks like this, after colon, you don't have any space here. So what happens here? It will raise an error. Indentation error, expected an indented block after function here. So why this happens is because if you write all your code in all the same line, how will Python identify what code is inside what function or what code to run after a particular sequence of flow? If you are coming from other languages, you know that curly braces are used to define a code block. So similarly here, once my function is defined, I have to define a code block. To define that code block, I need to add indentation like this, which is just normal spaces. If you don't add spaces here, this will result in indentation error like as we see. If I just add space here and try to run this, you will see that no errors are now been raised and this particular print statement has been executed. So in this session, we got hands-on with Python. We wrote and executed our very first script. We understood why indentation is not optional in Python, learned to document your code and comments as well, ran scripts using the terminal in VS Code. In the next session, we'll learn how to store and work with data using variables. We'll explore different type of data like number, text, booleans, how to assign values to variables, what are the best practices for naming these variables, and what it means that why Python is a dynamically typed language. This will form the basis of writing some real Python programs. So yes, thank you for joining today's session. Let's meet in the next session. Have a nice day.